What do you think they eat?
Oh, yes, I don't know. It's some kind of like space jerky or something, I guess.
Yeah, because they're obviously, Shatner is obviously, getting fed.
How has Family Guy changed since its pilot? The more accurate question might be how the animated series has changed since its pilots, as Seth MacFarlane's creation traces back even further than the first episode that aired on Fox. In this video, we'll be looking at Family Guy's evolution from its genesis to now.
Return my mind control device, or be destroyed.
Oh, you just want your toy back. Okay, here you go, honey.
Yes, well, victory is mine!
The life of Larry.
Some nut in his underpants could just walk in off the street, bang on the door, and demand God knows what.
You guys have any Cheez-Its?
Honey, I think we should move.
Family Guy started as a 1995 thesis film MacFarlane made at the Rhode Island School of Design, The Life of Larry. The titular Larry Cummings is a predecessor to Peter Griffin, both being simpletons with distinct New England accents. Their designs are quite different, with Larry being balder, thinner, and less nearsighted. Larry's family consists of his talking dog Steve, wife Lois, and son Milt. You can see how these three would mature into Brian, Lois, and Chris, although the contrasts are just as evident. Steve is the closest to his Family Guy counterpart, sounding like Brian even if his design differs.
I think what happens is he eats his food, and then whatever Spock can't finish, he eats that too.
Oh, where did you hear that?
Episode 65.
Oh.
Lois, meanwhile, was originally a brunette and sounded like MacFarlane doing a high-pitched female voice.
Fine, let's have this conversation for the 10 millionth time, Larry. Move where?
Milt is overweight like Chris, but otherwise isn't given much development. Like Family Guy, the thesis, which MacFarlane hosts in live-action segments, is more focused on cutaway gags than telling a cohesive story. Several jokes would resurface in the eventual Family Guy pilot, including Larry's viewing of the movie Philadelphia, his drunk comment about the blood of Christ, and the revelation that he didn't pass gas until adulthood. Other jokes would be recycled in future Family Guy episodes. The Star Trek parody with an especially hammy William Shatner appeared in the second episode, I Never Met the Dead Man. Larry going on Jeopardy mirrors Peter's encounter with Alex Trebek in the season 1 finale, Brian, Portrait of a Dog. Larry's observation about England's drive-by arguments also resurfaced in season 2's There's Something About Polly.
Oh, Reginald! I disagree!
Although some fellow students helped with the live-action portions, MacFarlane pretty much made the film himself. This is evidenced in the limited animation and reliance on MacFarlane to voice almost every character, Lois included. Despite its awkward shortcomings, The Life of Larry helped land MacFarlane a job at Hanna-Barbera after his professor submitted it to the studio. You can see the seeds of Family Guy through MacFarlane's time at Hanna-Barbera. Along with future Fairly Odd Parents creator Butch Hartman, MacFarlane co-wrote the Johnny Bravo episode Johnny Bravo Meets Adam West. This would be a prelude to the Batman star becoming mayor of Quahog. MacFarlane's most notable work at Hanna-Barbera was a submission to the Cartoon Network anthology series What a Cartoon. Larry and Steve.
You will be indirectly responsible for the resulting euthanasia.
Oh boy, they got enough kids over there as it is.
Airing in 1997, Larry and Steve picked up where MacFarlane's thesis left off. As the title suggests, Larry and Steve are still present, although Lois and Milt are gone. Steve can talk, but only Larry can understand him for unknown reasons. While this detail wouldn't carry over to Family Guy, it is similar to how Brian is the only Griffin who regularly understands Stewie. Speaking of which, Larry and Steve consider going to a store called Stewie's.
Oh, let's see now. Where to shop? Well, Stewie's has usually got good stuff.
They later encounter a clerk named Cindy, voiced by Lori Allen, who would go on to play Diane Simmons. There's also a pilot who sounds a bit like Quagmire.
Ricky, I know you've never flown a plane before, but why don't you take the controls while I go in the back and grab a wee nip of the creature?
Okay.
Being produced for Cartoon Network, the slapstick comedy leaned more kid-friendly, yet the short still encompassed much of the irreverent humor MacFarlane became known for. What a Cartoon provided a launchpad for several productions that would eventually be picked up as series, including Dexter's Lab, The Powerpuff Girls, and Courage the Cowardly Dog. Although Cartoon Network didn't develop Larry and Steve into a series, it provided another stepping stone to what would become Family Guy. MacFarlane considered following up Larry and Steve with a series of shorts on Mad TV, similar to how The Simpsons started on The Tracy Ullman Show.
What is mind? No matter. What is matter? Never mind.
This never materialized due to budget constraints, which might be why Family Guy threw shade at Mad TV down the line. MacFarlane did make an essential connection through Mad TV. Cast member Alex Borstein, who would go on to voice Lois Griffin and various other Family Guy characters.
Did he have long hair or short hair?
Yeah, okay, like
Yeah, but was it long? Was it long or short?
Yeah, everything, I tell you.
The original pilot.
Put down your thermostat.
Man, how does he always know?
Brain implant, Meg. Every father's got one. Tells you when the children are messing with the dial.
Hey, Peter, my thing went off. Your thermostat okay?
Yeah, it's all right.
Borstein was recommended to MacFarlane through executive Leslie Collins, whom he knew from Hanna-Barbera and would later help arrange a meeting at Fox.
What? This money came from the government?
Yeah. Hey, maybe somebody down there was drinking too, huh?
The network allowed MacFarlane to produce a 16-minute proof of concept on a $50,000 budget. For context, the average Family Guy episode now costs around $2 million. Rather than continue with Larry and Steve, MacFarlane developed a short called Family Guy. Larry became Peter, while Steve turned into Brian. Both look and sound pretty much as they do now, despite not quite being streamlined. Borstein voiced Lois, who has blonde hair and a red shirt in this version. Milt was replaced with Chris, whose design is also similar to his finished version, although MacFarlane voices him here instead of Seth Green.
Thou shalt get drunk, yeah!
Chris, you're 13. Don't talk like that.
2 new characters were introduced. Teenage daughter Meg, voiced by MacFarlane's sister Rachel.
I remember when Stewie was born. He was the only baby I've ever seen who came out smiling.
And diabolical baby Stewie. The plot mostly resembles the later Family Guy pilot, in which Peter loses his job, signs up for welfare, receives an unusually large check, winds up in court, and gets off thanks to Stewie's mind control device. There are several differences, however. Quagmire's character model is completely different, as is Mr. Weed's voice.
Peter, it's your job to watch for any toy products that might be harmful to children.
Peter actually tells Lois that he got fired rather than lying to her. Then there's this line about Chris getting wasted, which doesn't align with the character now.
Yeah, but you turned out okay, didn't you, pal? I'm gonna go get wasted. Okay, look both ways.
Peter also confides more in Chris instead of Brian. While most of the jokes carried over to the subsequent pilot, a few were cut, such as the plight of the homeless segment.
It's not so bad, really, because I've got one thing money just can't buy.
And what's that?
Why, the American way, of course. Yes, I'd rather be a penniless American than a rich commie.
Death has a shadow.
Peter!
What
Are you sleeping on the job?
No, there's a bug in my eye and I'm trying to suffocate him.
While the first several minutes of the original pilot were featured on the Family Guy Volume 2 DVD, the remainder was considered lost media until it finally resurfaced online in 2025. It is jarring comparing the resurfaced pilot to the official first episode, Death Has a Shadow. With a longer runtime, the episode made way for more jokes, most notably the Kool-Aid Man's arrival. Peter's money stunt was moved to the Super Bowl, fitting since the episode aired after Super Bowl 33 in 1999. Seth Green now voiced Chris.
Well, you're setting a great example for the kids, Peter.
Yeah, a new family record. Way to raise the bar, Dad.
Chris, you're 13. Don't talk like that.
While Rachel MacFarlane went on to voice Haley Smith in American Dad, Lacey Chabert filled in as Meg here.
Now we'll never be able to afford my lip injections!
Due to scheduling conflicts, Chabert was replaced amid season 2 with Mila Kunis, who's voiced Meg ever since.
How could you embarrass me like that? Nobody better pull this kind of crap at my slumber party tonight.
Meg's voice actress isn't the only way Family Guy has changed since its pilot. Borstein's voice as Lois was originally much slower, gaining an upbeat tempo as the series progressed.
Peter, I do my Jane Fonda workout tape 3 times a week. When was the last time you saw your toes?
The animation and backgrounds became progressively more polished, especially after the show was brought back from its second cancellation. While the character designs haven't radically changed since the pilot, the characters themselves have, for better or worse. Brian went from a voice of reason to a pretentious loser. Peter got even dumber, not to mention more abusive. While Meg arguably became more complex than the nerdy, easily embarrassed teenage girl she started as, the entire family made her their punching bag in the process. For all the negative changes, there have been positive ones.
What are you gonna do till you start working again, Dad? Oh, I got a way to get money.
Not another welfare scam.
No. Minority scholarship.
Back to the pilot.
That is so creepy.
And remember you had an Irish coffee the day we went to see Philadelphia?
Oh, they're setting up f***ing cutaways.
While Stewie has always been a scene stealer, he's become more well-rounded than the calculating baby we met in 1999. Since season 2, his unlikely friendship with Brian has brought out a softer side. That friendship was at the center of season 10's Back to the Pilot, in which Brian and Stewie time travel to the first episode. They quickly notice how things have changed, from Meg's voice to Stewie's vocabulary and arsenal of gadgets.
The fruition of my deeply laid plans to escape from that cursed ovarian Bastille. Return the device, woman.
Jesus, what'd you carry a thesaurus around with you?
You know, it's amazing I could speak at all with that circumcision still healing.
Then there's the animation, which Film Roman originally oversaw. On their watch, Family Guy was more prone to animation errors.
TV's not even plugged in.
Animation duties thus shifted to Rough Draft Studios by Season 2 and Digital Emation by Season 7. Family Guy also switched to a widescreen ratio and 720p high definition in Season 9. After Larry and Steve laid the blueprint, it seemed like Peter and Brian would be the dynamic duo of Family Guy. If episodes like Back to the Pilot prove anything, though, it's that Stewie and Brian are where the show's real heart is. Of course, Peter remains the show's central figure. As much as he's changed along with Family Guy's tone, craft, and other characters, you can still see a lot of Larry and Peter. What do you think are the best and worst changes Family Guy has undergone since the pilot? Let us know in the comments.